Welcome to my channel. This is going to be a reading for my Aries, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus placements. Let's go ahead and see what the next 72 hours has in store for you. If you want to book a personal reading with me at any point, make sure you hit the description box to find my website. And if you want to see future readings, make sure you subscribe and hit that notification bell. Let's go ahead and get straight into it, Aries. What does the next 72 hours have for Aries, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus placements? What is the next 70 hours? Okay, so we have the Magician card as the first one for the general energy. So the Magician talks about understanding your potential and maximizing or capitalizing on your potential. You may have had the tools around you to be successful for a minute now, and maybe other areas in your life has been just distracting, or you've been just kind of struggling energetically with understanding like what you should be focusing on or what you should be doing. In the next 72 hours, you could be trying to harness your energy in places where it counts. Focus on pouring your energy into places that will potentially reap you some sort of, growth or change. You also could be looking at people in your life who could be slightly manipulative to some degree. This could be certain individuals where, they love to twist stories or they love to twist events to benefit the way that they look. You could also be questioning if someone around you does have manipulative qualities or they're being manipulative in their actions. So you will be paying attention to that too. Now, next card we have is representing the energy around career and finance. So the King of Cups talks about being emotionally grounded in that space. You could really want to spend money on, let's say, a new car, or spend money on some sort of thing or material thing, but you could know it's in your best interest to be emotionally tempered in how you're approaching your finances and how you're dealing with finances during this time frame. Also, the King of Cups, there could be someone that you work with that does make it emotionally unpleasant to kind of be there, especially if they're constantly bringing like their personal emotions and feelings into the workplace, into the work environment. You also could be very clear on what you want to do career-wise, what you think will actually make you successful in that realm. So you could be trying to pour yourself more so in those spaces during this time frame. Also, if there is emotional things going on with you outside of work, you could be trying your best to keep a grounded approach to how you're handling, like I said, work endeavors. Now, going into love, we have the Ace of Swords. So you could be getting back in contact with a love interest. You guys could be finally like speaking to each other, breaking some sort of no contact period. The Ace of Swords also talks about, the Ace of Swords also talks about, for my singles, you being very clear on what you have the capacity for. For my singles, you could be deciding, you know what, I'm just not going to date right now, because there's other things that I want to focus on. For others of you, there's someone who you have in mind, would love to get on the same page with, but you could be waiting on that moment to have this conversation or have this breakthrough in understanding. Some of you could be getting also answers from a love interest that you've been waiting for. There could be a question around whether or not someone is honest or truthful too. You will be getting answers around that as well. Now, the challenge, I have the Page of Pentacles. So the challenge could be a friends with benefits connection that you don't necessarily want to be in the first place. You could be wanting more of a serious relationship from this person, and because they have like a hard time with committing fully, this could be making things a lot more difficult for you to want to stay around this connection or to stay around this individual. For others of you, you could want your partner to be more like responsible in the relationship, like show more of an effort to put this relationship first. The other challenge could be just wanting to make more money. There could be a side gig or a side hustle that you're really trying to invest more energy into, but you're realizing that you may have to balance your schedule out or move some things around in order to actually do this. The challenge could also be knowing that you have a lot of potential to be successful, but then getting intimidated by that. Like, okay, I know I could be successful, I do X, Y, and Z, but it's the committing yourself fully to it that could be just a bit challenging. Now, advice for you, I have the Hermit. So it's important that you're making wise decisions during this time frame. Make sure you're not making decisions from an impulsive place, from a place of heightened emotion or temporary emotion. It's also important that you're not staying in a reflective space too long to where you're not able to implement these moments of reflection or even clarity. The best way that we can, benefit ourselves when it comes to us receiving clarity or understanding is by implementing it and taking initiative to implement it. Also, if you've been isolating yourself a lot, I wouldn't do this in a way where you're losing touch. Sorry, this fell. You're losing touch with your ability to connect with others or even a desire to socialize. Don't let this get too out of hand. Now, what I see for the outcome, I do have the Hangman. So some of you could be putting a relationship on break, putting things on pause. Also, if you've been in a state of pause prior to this time period, it actually could be the reverse, where you're starting to get the understanding or the enlightenment to help you get out of a period of pause or a period of stagnation. You could be realizing like what exactly was making you feel stagnant in the first place. Maybe low energy, having certain people around you who aren't necessarily conducive energetically for you. Okay. But I do see you also deciding to take a break from certain things that you're also realizing is stagnating you as well and making you feel a lot more blocked. But this is what I see. I hope that this was helpful and did give you insight in regards to what the next 72 hours has in store. If you want to see future readings, like I said, definitely make sure that you subscribe and hit that notification bell so you never miss a beat. I will have more videos coming for you guys in the future. And I, of course, go live and take personal reading questions too. If you ever want to catch those lives, yeah, you definitely want to make sure you subscribe. But I will see you later.